back into last week, we have the left side and the right side. Most of us, and I say us because I myself has been and then continue to be on the left side, we have the employee and the self-employed. I used to be an employee. Now I'm self-employed, and I'm moving into the right side of the quadrant, which is the business owner. Now, just to give you a quick recap, when I talk about the E and the S quadrant, I'm talking about being on an income cap as an employee. We are taxed at the highest rate, and I don't know, I'm seeing myself like I'm disappearing, so I need to make sure I stay inside. And we also, as a self-employed, we have what is some people call great income, but in reality we have no lifestyle. And if you think about it, you might have some friends that they have this house by the beach or by the lake and they have all the toys. However, you hardly see them there. And if you see them, maybe it's for 24 hours. Why? Because a family member is that self-employed person that is the system and is not able to enjoy all those things that they're able to have because they need to go back to work, whether it's holidays and so forth. So that's just giving you a recap what is to be on the left. Now, going to the right, which is the ultimate side to be, is a business owner. And in this case, I'm talking about in specific to a home business, okay? And this is where you start building passive income. This is where you leverage systems. This is where you are taxed at the lower rate. You have no cap. And especially in the business that I'm in, which is network marketing, you have a debt-free business. I call that an invisible franchise, and it's scalable. Okay, so that's just a quick recap about what I wanted to share from last week. Now we're gonna move into the W-2 versus the 1099 here. That's what I want to go into, and I hope it's readable enough. This is just an average example. I was doing some researching, and the average household income for a professional ranges between $65,000 to $85,000 a year. So I'm here giving you an example based on 65 gross income, okay, as a W-2 income, okay. So on the income, we have a $65,000 on W-2, and we have a $65,000 on a 1099. Now, what I wanted to show you that I'm learning for myself is that when you're on a W-2, you are taxed before any deductions, and hopefully maybe you know that, or maybe you do not. I personally wasn't 100% aware of the differences. So knowledge is power, and when you put it to action, you really want to change that status. So here, as a W-2, which is the employee or self-employed, you have 0 deductions unless you have any loss, which in reality, it affects you even though you are discounting it from your gross, okay? So if we keep going down, the tax income is still 65. Now the tax rate, when I was researching, says that between 65 and 85 is a 25% tax rate percentage. It could be more. So I'm here using 25%. That means that you're gonna pay $16,250 out of that amount that you made. Okay, so you have no savings being a W-2, and I'm going to get more in details about savings as I move into the 1099. So in reality, your net is $48,750. And the reason why I wanted to explain it like that is that a lot of people that I talk to about building a based business and the having the availability to build passive income, the pros and the cons. A lot of people, they just tell I make good money, and that's great. But good money, really, you have to really look at the fine prints, because good money is gross. In reality, when you go all the way down to the net, that is in reality what you're making. And out of the net, you have to take out any expenses that you have throughout the year. So in reality, you are not making that such a great income after all. And I'm going to show you now. As we move to the 1099, there's different scenarios. I myself, based on my experience in the past, I come from the architecture and engineering industry, and there was a time frame that I was in the telecommunication field, and we used to hire a lot of independent contractors. These contractors were on a 1099 because they were hired just for a time frame for those jobs. So they were constantly moving from jobs to jobs. Now, even though they were on a 1099, they were not able to deduct all the things that you're able to when you have a home business, okay? And I want to bring that up because a lot of people tell you, well, I am an independent contractor, I do a 1099, but not to the complete deduction from being a home-based business, or better yet, a network marketing when you build passive income, okay? Now, other cases, I have people that say, well, I work from home, so under their eyes, that's having like a home-based business, but in reality, you're not. You're still a W-2, you're simply working or having the convenience to work from home. So you still have to weigh your options. At the end of the day, you're not building passive income, and you're still going to file for that W-2. So you really need to look deeper so you can understand in reality the difference between the two and the scenario that I'm going to show you as a home-based business when it comes to network marketing, which is what I do, okay? So we have here the case of $65,000 again. Now, as a home-based business, you have deductions, okay? So before you pay your taxes, you get to deduct all your expenses. So that's where the positive comes in, because in reality, you get to take advantage of those deductions as a home-based business for you to save on taxes. So what do I mean by deductions? I'm glad that you asked. So here I have my deductions. I'm ready for you guys. So let's quickly go over the deductions here before we continue. When I talk about deductions, and I'm realizing that it might not be as dark, so my apologies. Let's talk about utilities, rent, and mortgage. When you have a home-based business, you get the opportunity to deduct some of that because you're using your home as your office. So think about, electricity, water, the rent, or if you rent, some of the mortgage and so forth. Let's talk about internet, the phone bill, whether you have a landline or you have your cell phone. Let's talk about equipment like what I have here, that I have lighting, that I have a tripod, that I have certain things that I require in order for me to bring you these live presentations. Even the board, everything, those are things that add up and you can deduct when you have a home business, okay? When you travel and you go to seminars and you even have mentors, all those things, when you travel, that you have your traveling, your airplane ticket, the food, everything that happens as you're traveling, you get to deduct all those things, the seminars, everything that you do, whether you are having a lunch meeting or a coffee meeting that you go, the travel time that it took you to go there, you can deduct those mileage for your vehicle, the maintenance on your vehicle. the coffee, the lunch, and so forth, things that you use that are related to your business. Okay. Also, when you hire your accountant and that fee for filing for your taxes, that you get to deduct. And now that I'm saying that, let me put a big disclaimer here. Make sure that you consult with your accountant when you have a home-based business and you are filing 1099, because he will be able to tell you in a specific all the things that you're able to deduct as a 1099 business, as a home-based business. Make sure that you get a really good accountant, someone that is aware about the trends. And when I say about the trends is that nowadays home-based businesses, invisible franchise, are really disrupting the market, and is what is happening. So you want someone that is knowledgeable about that and that knows what it is to have a home-based business, okay? And there's so much more. Like I said, consult your accountant and make sure, because this is very important that you are keeping track of this throughout the entire year. Now, I skipped here inventory. Depending on your business, my business, I do not have inventory. My inventory would be any product that I myself consume on a monthly basis, anything that I sample out that I want to share with someone, that would be my inventory. So that could range from $100 to maybe $300 a month that I get to deduct. So basically, not only I'm building a business, but I'm really being reimbursed for using the products that I myself love and like. Okay, so now that you're aware of all the deductions, let's go back here to that bracket. So I assume that I invested or paid $15,000 in deductions. So I take that 65 minus the 15. I really gonna pay taxes on $50,000. Okay, so you see the difference between the W-2 and the 1099 so far. You already paying taxes in less amount, and you already took out your deductions. Okay, so same bracket, 25%. I'm here paying a rate of $12,500, so I'm paying less versus the W-2. So this is the part that I want you to see. Not only I have a home-based business, I deducted my expenses already. I fell into a lower tax bracket. I'm paying less taxes, but at the end, if you compare between the two, here I pay a $16,250. Here I'm paying $12,500. So in reality, I'm having a savings of $3,750 versus the two. That money, it could be either cash flowing asset that you want to reinvest in your business. Maybe it's something that you want to invest on another asset. Maybe it's something that you want to save. I mean, you name it. You see the difference between the two? And now when we come down here to the net, in reality, after you pay your taxes, your net is $37,500. However, which is less, but when you add your savings, it's higher. Here on your net, which is the $48,750, you still have to deduct all this. You still have to deduct all the expenses, your mortgage, and so forth. So in reality, this net keeps dropping. Here, it doesn't drop anymore. So I hope that makes sense and really lead up like that light bulb in your head, telling you, you know what, this is something wise. This is something that I can do on my spare time. This is something that is worthwhile looking into, because whether you are self-employed, this is something that can bring some additional cash flowing into your own business without a loan, without any bank loan, without any overhead, without anything involved in there. It's simply something that you can do out of your home, maybe an hour a day as a part-time basis, and really leverage your network. Okay, that's what really a home-based business like network marketing is all about, that you get to really leverage. And as a business owner, because I myself know a lot of them that have really gone into this business because they want to leverage what they have. They want to bring that additional cash flow without having to think that they have to go back to the bank and get another loan. They really want to step away from that. So they see this as a great opportunity. We see self-employed business owners that they are looking at the future, and that include myself, that they're looking at about the future. They're looking about how many cash flowing assets they have. And they're thinking, you know what, I need to start get going into the cash flowing assets. If I don't have anything, I still have time to build some instead of buying some, because if you don't have the capital, you cannot buy them. Okay, and sometimes buying them really becomes a liability if you don't have the capital. Okay, but if you can have and build a cash flowing asset that doesn't have any bank loans, it doesn't require a chunk of money, they see the potential and they really look into it and do it, because they see how much their current business can benefit from it. And also as they look into retirement, if it's a few years down the road, how they can benefit from those things that they now can do. So basically that's all I wanted to share with you, because I want to share a little bit more, but I want to leave it from my next live. I want to share with you, you know, the advantages of having a home-based business. So my next one is also going to be a piggybacking on this one. And this one, like I said at the beginning, is a piggybacking on my previous live. So make sure that you go back and review that if you want to be more knowledgeable. And already here's a comment, so let me see. So when you are new, if you're doing this part-time in addition to a job, the expenses of your home-based business can offset taxes on the exactly. Jay, thank you for that. Is a great point. When you are new doing this as a part-time in addition to a job, which is my next topic, my next live, the expenses of this home-based business can really offset the taxes on your personal income. So that's also a help. So that's also a plus sign right there. You really want to analyze it and see really how much this can benefit where you are right now, and how it can even benefit you in the future when it comes to building passive income. So if you found this helpful, make sure that you share it. Sharing is really caring. You never know how you can change the life of someone that you know when you share this video. If you have any questions about the things that I share here today, these are things that I learned on my free business school, that I'm being mentored by wealthy people that have done this from for years. They had built wealth out of the ground, just like you and I when we start from scratch. And they bring out that knowledge and they share with us 3 times a week on our free business school. And these are just a few things that we learn, so we can have, really visualize our future, so we can scale where we are. And we know exactly how, to change directions about where we're heading in the future. And also, once we're there, how can we continue building those cash flowing assets that it really can help us in any situation that we might face in life. So thank you guys. If you have any comments, if you want to know more about this, more about the business school and how you can build a home-based business through the network marketing, just feel free to reach out. Send me a message. If you are in my area, we can easily hang out, go for coffee, go for a bite, and I'll be more than happy to share my knowledge with you. Okay, guys, have a great